Hi, welcome to my kitchen. I just got a 32X, allowing me to finally fulfill my childhood dream of turning my Genesis from this into this. Look at this sexy piece of hardware. I'd marry this thing if I wasn't already married to a woman. So now I've got the entire Sega Triforce. I got the 32X system in 2 games for about $45 on eBay. And then I found a lot auction for 6 games for the $25. And while I was waiting for these to arrive in the mail, I went and bought Knuckles Chaotix from a local shop. And now they're all here, so how about some first impressions? Let's go play.
These are first impressions based on about an hour of play with each game. I'll give each one a rating. 32 excrement, 32 mechs, 32 okay, and 32 excellent. Remember, these are initial ratings based solely on first impressions. Well, it's Doom. It still plays great, especially if you have a 6-button controller for weapon swapping and pulling up the map. The picture's pretty grainy and it can be hard to see where you're going, but it's playable and killing demons is still satisfying. The music is really pretty terrible, but I like to pretend it's awesome and say it's better than the SNES version because it stirs my wife into a frothy rage. I'm terrible at Virtua Fighter. That said, this plays very well, and I'm impressed they managed to stuff this entire game into a cartridge. I haven't played the Saturn version, so I can't compare them directly, but at the very least this has no load times. I'm still sad that no arcade-perfect port of Virtua Fighter exists. I was expecting to love this, but it's really not grabbing me. It looks and sounds pretty good, but the enemy ties can be too hard to hit since they tend to just pull behind you and stay there until you slow down. I get that it's an arcade game, but the timer's really frustrating to deal with. It's not terrible, but it's not very fun either. What's the deal with Admiral Akbar's voice? Jeez.
Wipe out enemy fighters.
Another space shooter, this one unrestrained by rails or a timer. Your ship is called a feather for some reason, but whatever. The graphics are untextured polygons, but I kinda like the look. It's fun to play in the short time I've spent with it. The audio's pretty weak with very soft sound effects, but overall I'm kinda looking forward to playing this one more. What is it with the alliteration in these 32X games? Anyway, this is a doofy one-on-one fighter featuring extremely colorful aliens beating the crap out of each other. The storyline is that the 8 combatants are fighting over the last escape pod on an exploding spaceship, which is definitely a unique premise. It plays pretty well and really reminded me of Tough Enough for SNES, just really silly and colorful and fun. I was really excited for this one, and initially I was actually pretty disappointed. Once I got used to the controls though, it all clicked. Tempo is extremely colorful and has really impressive animation. This is definitely a game you'll want as a 32X owner. I'm not going to say too much now though, expect a full episode later.
Hello, I'm Fred Couples. Welcome to Golf Magazine's 36 Great Holes.
Yeah, I saw your mom's 36 Great Holes last night. Sorry. The only reason I own this game is because it came in the lot auction, but it's alright I guess. I don't know much about golf, so I'm really just hitting the C button to move my swing meters, but the animation's nice and the encouraging voice clips by Fred Couples make you feel pretty good about yourself. It's pretty relaxing. Worth a 5 spot if you see it out in the wild. Okay, I'm no good at Mortal Kombat either, but I never owned a game in the series, so this is nice to have. It plays great and definitely looks and sounds better than the Genesis version. Can't compare it to the SNES, but if you have a 32X and somehow don't own Mortal Kombat 2, get this version, I guess? I don't know. I hate fighting games with a block button. The granddaddy of 32X games, the one everyone wants. I am blown away by this game. The tether mechanics are a lot of fun, I love the cast, the music is great, the levels are massive, there's a mind-bending amount of color. This game's awesome. Seriously, I'm absolutely in love with it. If you grew up as a Sega kid and daydreamed about buying a 32X so you can play Knuckles Chaotix, fulfill those dreams and buy them. They're worth it. This easily stands with Sonic 2 and 3. There's still more games I'd like to pick up, mainly Calibri and Blackthorn, although everyone's telling me to get Space Harrier, Afterburner, and Virtual Racing 2. I'm really glad I got the 32X, not only for the cool factor, but because some of these games are actually really good.
If you ask me, the 32X is totally worth getting if you're an old school Sega fan. Don't listen to all the online bullies and haters that say it sucks, because it's awesome. If you were like me, and you wanted this thing really bad when you were a kid, and you were constantly told no, it's time to make things up to your younger self. Go ahead and get it, it's awesome.
Dreams don't die.